Good day, everybody. It is the 12th of the month. This is Papa D, and we are getting ready to kick off another session of a daily dose of Proverbs with Papa D. Proverbs 12 has so many nuggets of wisdom, it's just amazing. I hope you are journaling so you can get these written down. And one thing, if you're journaling, do a couple of things for me. One, learn to write them down, get them in the journal. Two, learn to speak them out. That doesn't mean speak them out in your head. I mean speak them out. These words of knowledge, and they will enrich your life, but also they'll enrich your surrounding, your environment. When you come to the truth of the Bible, Proverbs is a lot of times right in your face. It is basically, there is not a lot of discussion about the meaning of the individual Proverbs. And much of the Bible is like that. Old Zig Ziglar, a motivational speaker, used to tell a story about how he would encourage people to read the Bible. But people would come up to him and say, well, you know, Zig, it's just that I can't read the Bible because I don't understand it. And so I just don't read any of it. And Zig would say, you know, I got a feeling that those people that say that it's not the part of the Bible they don't understand that's the issue. It's the part that they do understand. So here in Proverbs, let's get in a couple of these nuggets. One, whoever loves discipline loves knowledge, but he who hates correction is stupid. Told you, it was in your face today. A good man obtains favor from the Lord, but the Lord condemns a crafty man. I had to look up the word crafty. What did it mean? Well, it means someone who does inventive use of a sometimes limited intelligence. So I think, you know, that's a little bit, truthful also. Let's get on to the rest of this. Okay, a wife of noble character is her husband's crown, but a disgraceful wife is like decay to his bones. Better to be nobody and yet have a servant than to pretend to be somebody and have no food. He who works the land will have abundant food, but he who chases fantasy lacks judgment. The way of the fool seems right to him, but a wise man listens to advice. Reckless words pierce like a sword, but the tongue of the wise bring healing. No harm befalls the righteous, but the wicked have their fill of trouble. A prudent man keeps his knowledge to himself, but the heart of fools blurts out folly. An anxious heart weighs a man down, but a kind word cheers him up. And that concept of a kind word, learning to speak to people in kind words is something that I think God has given us the ability to do, but we don't, can oftentimes don't take advantage of it. I want you to remember and think about this really hard throughout this day as you go about. If you're a believer in Christ, no matter what you're going through, did you realize that you are the answer to somebody else's prayer? And that's kind of heavy, and sometimes their prayer is just that they're just so down in the dumps, so feeling crummy, they are being weighed down, their heart is being weighed down. You're the answer to prayer to come and give them a cheerful word to just lift them up. And sometimes just tell them and say, you know what, God sees you, He knows what's happening in your life, and He's behind you, and He's supporting you. Just let them know that God has their back. Hey, lastly, as I mentioned earlier, I don't know if I mentioned earlier or not, but as these Proverbs continue to grow and we continue to get them online, I put an email out there. If you want just to share something with me, Papa D, if you're a guy, please email me at papa.dww1@gmail.com. You can find us on either Instagram TV or the new YouTube channel, which is Proverbs with Papa D. And if you're a lady, my wife works in the area of spiritual guidance also. You can drop me an email. I will make sure that email gets to my wife, or just say, hey, could Michelle give me, contact me. That's all I need to know. I don't want to know any details. But anyway, until tomorrow, which is the 13th, aloha and God bless everybody.